What is up, guys? I am coming to you with some good news that I will probably start in February, which is my goal. If you've been following along, my goal has been to start in February since I started this whole pre-gaming. And for quick context, I've done about 21 classes that I'm transferring from both Sophia and study.com. I did not think I was going to be able to start in February, but I think I might. I will explain to you my timeline, kind of some background information to my enrollment counselor, how things have been going. So, for quick context, you can only take 5 tests per month at study.com. And I had initially bought in study.com, I believe October 19th. So I took 5 here. It renewed here on the 19th. I could take another 5. And I need to take about 12 or 13 classes. I don't remember. 12 or 13 classes at study.com. Meaning I would be eligible to take my final 2 classes, and I do remember now it's 2 classes, on the 19th. And so I had always been talking to the enrollment counselor. I don't have it in a traditional sense because I was actually enrolled in WGU about 5 years ago. So one, I didn't have to jump through all the hoops, but it's a little different than me because I wasn't really assigned a mentor. I had a person I was talking to kind of, and like I never got anything, like no confirmation emails or anything like that. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. But around this week, I had a conversation with my enrollment counselor. And he said, hey, I'm going to be done the 19th. And in an ideal world, basically, I take my final test on the 19th when it renews. It gets graded either the 21st or the 22nd. And then I send it to WG. And ideally, this week, they can go over all the transcripts and stuff like that. And she's like, yeah, that's great. I would love, we could try to get you start on February 1st. I can't guarantee anything. You do have to get the confirmation email before the 1st that WGU got your transcript so that you can enroll by the 1st. And I had already been looking at things and I'd already seen that that's like it. I've seen things on Reddit saying that some people have pushed it further. So I'm like, okay, well, let's hope for the best. If it's a 29th or 30th, right, I'm going to be calling up and seeing what we can do. And then, so again, it's this week here. And she's like, okay, well, let me put a reminder on the 27th that I will send in a transcript search, given that it was theoretically sent in either the 22nd or 23rd. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So I talked to another enrollment counselor for a minute, for a couple weeks. And on the 19th, I take my test. I pass it. And I'm now just waiting for it to get approved. And I'd send study.com an email asking to expedite, and they're like, yeah, we'll expedite it, blah, blah, blah. And it is not done till the 22nd, which is pretty fast, actually. It's not horrible. It's not great either. I was hoping for 2 days. I was hoping for Wednesday, but it was Thursday, and that was fine. So I click request a transcript, send it to WGU. I get the confirmation email that I requested it. The email said it can be within 3 business days that I send it. I'm like, wow, that will make it tight timing because the 23rd, this is a holiday, 2, and then 3, the 28th. Would be the 3rd business days, and I'm looking this stuff on YouTube, and a lot of these, or Reddit rather, and a lot of these guys are saying, hey, it was sent within the day, or hey, I got the confirmation email within an hour. Now, I understand that it is holiday time, so people are off, things like that, things are slow. So I had sent it Thursday, sent them an email asking to expedite it. Friday, wake up, I get an email back saying, yeah, we put the highest priority. End of Friday comes, I don't hear anything, and I'm like, oh man, that's not fortunate. Tuesday comes, and it's in the morning. I haven't heard anything, so I send a follow-up, and they're like, hey, yeah, it's at the highest priority. We're literally about to send it out. End of the day comes, don't hear anything. It is not until Wednesday. I guess I should backtrack here real quick. Don't hear anything, and I'm like, okay, well, this is not good because I know they're about to send a transcript request out. So then I literally email my enrollment counselor, actually on the 22nd, saying, hey, it's sending out, it should come in within the next couple days, hopefully. 27th is when she had the reminder to put a transcript search. And so I email them on Tuesday and I ask, hey, I can't explain the situation. Hey, is it, did it come in and I just didn't get a notification? Are you still going to put in a transcript request? Can you email me to confirm that you're putting it in? Because even I know if she puts it in, it takes time to process a transcript search anyways. She had told me on the phone it takes, up to 2 days after a transcript search is done for them to actually find it. So it's the 27th. And I haven't heard anything via email, so I pick up the phone and I call WGU, and I get put into a readmissions office. And this other person picks up and is like, "Hey, I see that your old enrollment counselor actually never put in the search." I was like, "Weird. They told me they would." And then she's like, "Hey, I'll put it in for you though." I'm like, "Awesome. Thank you so much." And then I start telling her kind of my dilemma of how I want to start in February 1st, and how I told her the other enrollment counselor told me I had to be in the first, has to be in by the first. And she said, "Actually, we have wiggle room up to the 10th, so I'll just say that." So she was upfront with me about that, and I appreciate that. And so she puts in that request, and I'm feeling a little better, but still I need WG. She's like, "You still need to get that WGU confirmation email." And that's basically what's going to happen. And so the next day comes by, and finally at the afternoon, I get an email saying, "Hey, study.com sent it to WGU," in which the first thing I do was email my readmissions at wgu.edu. "Hey, they told me basically to put since like I don't have their email, they just said email the readmissions, and then put their names there. So, hey, I'm just making up names, Sarah and Jennifer, it came in. Can you help me get this expedited?" Thursday, the 29th comes by. I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, this might not make the cut. Ideally, I'd like to get it before the 1st so that I don't have to deal with anything like extensions and things like that. And on the 30th today, thankfully, I can tell you I got the email. This is the email I got. "We'd like to inform you received your document from study.com. I was so happy. And still hadn't heard back from my original enrollment counselor. So I call up readmissions again. I say, "Hey, I want to make sure we're all good." And a guy picks up, and I'm like, "Hey, I wanted to talk to the same one on Tuesday because she was super nice," but he's like, "Hey, she's not in right now." I was like, "Okay, well, let me talk to you." We'll call him Jack. And I'm talking to Jack, and he's super nice. He's like, "Yeah, we got everything. We could start you on February 1st. Let me actually activate things. Hey, and by the way, do you want a new enrollment counselor?" I'm like, "Well, my last one stopped responding to me, so yeah, I would. Can it be you?" And Jack's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, so what are our next steps?" And he tells me, "Well, 5 minutes after this call, you should get 3 emails. What to expect, about paying, and then my contact information." His name's not Jack, as you can see. And so I am very happy with that. So it's good news. I will probably be starting in February. I say probably because I come from the realm of sales, where even if someone tells you, "Hey, I'm going to buy," does not mean they're always going to buy. To me, the deal's not done till the money's in the bank. So I'm not starting February 1st until I have access to my portal and I'm actually able to take tests on February 1st. So that is my update. I come bearing great news for myself, I guess. Let me know if you have any questions about the admissions process, any classes you want to see me talk about, or anything else. Thank you guys so much for watching.